Hey guys, welcome back to Man's Videos, and today is, I want to say, the long-awaited video of the Scharfrichter Geirail and Landman Rodi review. Not going to spend much time on Landman Rodi. It's the same one. Nothing's changed. This is actually, in fact, the one I previously built with the Tekkadan complete set. The Landman Rodi that came with the Scharfrichter Geirail is actually still on the sprues and uncut and unopened. So I'll get to that later because I have so many Rodis already. It's not on the top of the priority list. However, there has been a lot of excitement about this guy, and rightfully so. This is a really cool kit to build. It's the first time I've built a Geirail, and I've liked the design. The head of the original Geirail reminded me very much of the VF1A from Robotech or from Macross, and I like that design. But the colors and stuff really wasn't what appealed to me. Once this set came out, it was really attractive because I was able to get all the option parts for this, as well as the stock or the manufactured color of the Landman Rodi. So it was exciting to get, and at I don't remember right now, I'm drawing a blank, at around $50 or something like that is what I paid. You can watch my old video and you'll I remember that the correct amount in that video, but right now I'm just drawing a blank. And so for me, with the unboxing, seeing what I got with it, I found it was really good value, so I was happy with it. In regards to the kit itself, it was a lot of fun to build, and as previously mentioned in the unboxing video, there are a lot of accessories. A lot of areas to paint. However, I do enjoy painting myself, so I didn't really find it upsetting. But yeah, let's get them on the turntable and get a good look at them. Through the unboxing, I did mention that the back hover engine part was all gray, and so I did need to mask all the 3 points that you see in gray before applying. It took 3 coats of dark green from Tamiya, so it was TS3 dark green, to get it a good cover on it, so that you really weren't seeing the dark gray come out from underneath. It matches fairly close. I would say it's almost a 90% match. It's not as noticeable when when there are the gray and silver definitions separating the back from the stock plastic. You do see that it is a shade lighter, but it's close enough, I think, in my opinion, that it will work. And if you're putting it on display, you're really not going to be seeing the direct color, and so it really won't be noticeable. The engine itself came in 2 parts, just top bottom snapped together. It wasn't much to assemble. And then on the head, I used the wood deck tan color on it. After spray painting it on and then having him assembled, there was a noticeable difference in that color, and it was very far off. It was more like a yellow, a sort of greenish tint to the original color. And so what I ended up doing was, because I would never be able to match the head to the plastic and the body parts on the arms, the chest, and the leg, I decided to actually just completely paint all those pieces instead. I know you're like, instead, why don't you just try painting one? But since I wouldn't be able to match it, I'd rather paint all the other ones that I can match, even though there are more pieces involved. And so I feel that it works out pretty good. The colors do still closely resemble what you see in the animated series and in box art, and when you Google the images online, it's actually a pretty close fit. Areas that I did paint where stickers should have been used was the eye camera, the yellow underneath there, and just gonna see if I can get a zoom in. So I used black paint and yellow paint in there, and then gray paint on these two. Let me just tilt the head down. On these two sections here. The two gray stripes here were stickers, but I opted to use paint instead. And then on the interior, or sorry, on the top part, this outer line here, you can see where the gray plastic separates. That is all paint as well. And then on the arms, that these gray parts are painted, and the silver claws are also painted in. Overall, like I said, it really wasn't. If you choose not to be fussy like me, there isn't a whole lot of painting. The biggest part really is that piece. The rest of it works very well. And then actually, yeah, forgot to talk about the bottom. These parts here on the ankle of both legs are also painted with the dark gray. If we take a closer look, I'm gonna just remove this engine part. Got to be careful. The tabs are a little bit flimsy. I mean, I can glue it on ultimately, but we wouldn't want to break it on purpose. And I don't know if the camera or the lighting brings it out, but this is unpainted. This is the stock plastic color versus the coat that I painted on. So if you notice the difference, this is hard to match, so rather than trying to paint that front part and try to match it, it was just easier, as I was saying, to take everything apart and put one coat one coat of the wood deck on there instead. There are a lot of panel lining details, and I do enjoy panel lining the kits, so I had a lot of fun filling in these vents, all the different lines and whatnot. I was lazy. I did not actually seal that at all. I just left it. And the foot actually is incomplete. Incomplete in the sense that there are two seam lines here, which in my rush to snap it together and get it ready for the video, I did not glue, paint, and file down. So that was just me being lazy. But when I have time, I'll take care of that. And I wanted to get this done, excuse me, and get the video out for you. In sense to the articulation, because they're, oops, sorry, let me bring it out and let me bring this out of the way. I don't often talk about articulation. I'll try talking about it in this video. Please give me a comment. Let me know if you don't mind if I don't do articulation videos because you've seen it elsewhere. Just let me know, because if you don't really care about me talking about that stuff, I won't talk about it in the future. But in this one, we'll talk about the articulation. The head tilts down very nicely and goes up. One of the funny things about the head is because there's so much space around the shoulders and stuff, you can kind of spin it around in a weird way, and that made it a little hard for posing or for display, because sometimes I put him down and his head's kind of crooked and stuff. It's not loose, but because there's so much room to move, I didn't like it. It's just a personal preference. I don't like it. But for those who like to have really dynamic poses, I know when they display it on the box, he's flying up and he's got his giant weapon. So that's there if you like that. I don't like this head, period. I find it very disproportionate. I find the USO shape on having a head that's wider than the body just looks weird, and that's why I personally don't like it that much. However, some people do, and that's cool. Everyone likes has their own sense of style and taste, and that's awesome. Essentially, the inner frame from the neck, the shoulder, the hips, and the waist, and the top part of the thighs is of your standard Graze frame. The only difference is really in the lower, the shin and the knees and the shin part. That is different from the standard Graze. We do actually, get those Gray's frame legs. However, we don't use it. So there are a lot of spare parts, some useless, some actually quite valuable and good to have. But this is one of the useless parts that come with it, so we get 2 of those. We do get the Gray's crotch area that's not used. What else we get? We get the a piece that goes on the back, I guess. That's where you put some arms and the back thrusters of the Grays. Oh yeah, here it is. So that's that piece there. So we'll use that later. And you get 8 of these kind of weapon clips. I don't know where they're supposed to go. Maybe they can go up here. I really haven't spent much time. I don't really even use them on the Barbatos or on the other kits. I think the one that uses it is my EO frame Sheetin because of that that cricket mallet weapon that it has. I use that on the backpack. But let's move on from useless pieces to useful. Oh, see, I got distracted and got sidetracked. Anyways, back to articulation. The armor goes up pretty much flat, 180 degrees. The arms do move up and down, and like your standard Grays, it does have its limits to the shoulder armor. Rotates and goes up and down. The legs, although there's no side armor or side skirt, this portion of the armor, because it protrudes upward, you cannot split the legs out wide. They do bump into the frame here, and that's all that you can get out of it. If you have the engine on, naturally you cannot pose the leg backwards, and with regards to posing forward, the skirt gets in the way. However, if you just move it out slightly, you can get a full splits out of him if you want to make a flying pose as such. Yeah, pretty much fairly standard. If you own a Grays or if you own the Geirail yourself, it's the same kit, so you know what you're going to get there. And I think the other YouTubers that do Gundam and Mecha videos do a far better job at talking about articulation, and that's why I try not to go there. But hey, you guys watch my videos. I don't know what you guys like about it sometimes. I know I've had a few comments that people do like how I highlight and talk about the paint colors that you can use to match, as well as the color guides for the premium Bandai kits. So anyways, as I was saying before, let's get on to the useful accessories. So the first one here, you already see me with it clipped on. Since this is the standard Grays armor, you do get the clips on the wrist, which means it clips the shield on, or the shield hammer on nicely. However, if you do have, so this the shield hammer comes apart. I think it's supposed to come apart. I couldn't rotate it into its axe form, but I think of it as a parts former, and you do have sort of a meat cleaver type weapon. It's okay, it's not bad looking, but it looks really, my opinion is that it looks pretty forced of a weapon and as a shield, but hey, it does work. So we've got that in here. What I was trying to say is, if you have a Schwalbe Grays, you can use the claw weapon and attach it there, and if you custom paint it, it would go pretty well. Or for kitbashing, if you want to use that, that is also available for this. The unboxing video, we highlighted that you do get 2 sets of left and right shoulders, which is great because these are tremendous accessories for kitbashing or for using your imagination and designing your own custom sort of Frankenstein kit, which makes sense. I really like the concept of the junk guild from Gundam Seed, where they salvage parts and pieces from destroyed and damaged mobile suits, and they custom build their own. Tekkadan did it with the first Barbatos and with the shoulder weapons as well as the Grey's Kai. So it's nice to have option parts that you can customize your own kits that you want to custom build, custom paint. Always great to have accessories. The claws, everything is here, so it is a full 2 set of armor. We also have 2 full set of the regular or Geirail commander type shoulders. These come apart, and I actually have considered maybe painting these and swapping them out with the Grimgird, and because I found the Grimgird shoulders are just a little bit boring. It's essentially the same but wider without the armor, so there's a thought that I would use this on the Grimgird. I haven't decided actually, but you get 2 full sets of these. You do get the Geirail head, which I actually like. As I was saying before at the beginning of the video, it reminds me very much of Macross and Robotech, and I think it looks better. At this time, I haven't decided if I will display it with this head or with the other head. It doesn't make sense to pay the money to get a Scharfrichter Geirail set, but then display him with the regular head, or else I could just buy the regular one and custom paint it, which I might do. I don't know. I'm going to Asia. If I can find one for 10 bucks, I might do that. So, like in all likelihood, this head will stay, although I don't like it. But yeah. Oh, where'd those weapons go? You get two of these giant long pickaxe weapons. Mine are painted with rubber black. I'm becoming a big fan of this color because it's matte, and I noticed that if I do panel line, it does show the panel lines off nicely. So I do like this this color. I'm a big fan of it right now. What else do we have? Versus, this is the option set one. I painted it with gunmetal. I don't know. I have 3 of them now. So, we get the 2 smaller ones that I threw. Oh, here they are. I threw into my box of accessories. So you do get 2 of these small pickaxes, which are very nice. I do like these, especially when he double wields them. Pretty cool to have. You get the Geirail gun. Not a fan of the look or the design of it, and he actually doesn't hold it that well. I find I can't seem to get it deep into the hand, and so like, I don't know if it's me. Like, this hand is snug, it's there, but the handle just doesn't fit like the other ones do. So I don't know if that's my problem. If you have a Geirail, let me know if you had the same problem. But since I don't like it, I won't be using it. I don't care that much. Oh yeah, more useful are these shoulder tabs. These are useful, valuable, and the reason why I say that is if you purchase the Akihiro Grey's Kai, and or if you have the Shino's Ryusei Go Custom, the Grey's version, you're going to have shoulder armor that you can't do anything with. In my example, I'm using the Premium Bandai Barbatos 6 form set. This is the shoulder that it comes with, but if we take this off, I can't click it in because it's missing this piece. So I'm going to take this apart. Please don't break on me. Take it apart. I think it goes this way. Yeah, there we go. And pop it back on. voila, you have your standard Graze armor. I'm not saying use this piece with this kit, but what I'm saying is if you have this, now that we have 2 extra pair of these, that Graze Kai shoulder armor, or that Ryusei Go shoulder armor now has a purpose. And once again, going back to the concept of scavenging and using scrap parts to customize kits, there's the perfect example of what you can do with your gunpla with these pieces. Very valuable. Since it is a standard Graze frame, your Graze tail part can go on here. Or do I need to swap that out? Yeah, no, it fits. It does go on, and you can do that customizing if you really want to. But when you've got this awesome accessory, why would you want to use that gimpy, those 2 weak gimpy little parts? I'm just going to stick this on for appearance and comparison. I do like that you get, again, I really like that you get all these extra weapons and option parts, because you can have ton of fun customizing and playing with this kit. At the price, if you can find it right now on eBay or online, Amazon.com, if it's under 60, I do highly recommend spending it. You are getting a lot of kits in the end. Sorry, I'm using a lot. But with the unboxing video, I did highlight you're getting 2 HG kits, you're getting 3 option sets, and the cost buying those individually are going to be, what was it, 23, 23, 10, 10, 10. You'll be over 50, you're close to $60 Canadian dollars locally to buy those kits, and in this case, I got it all here for my 60 American. Which is a pretty close bet and stuff like that. So that's it for this guy. But what I also wanted to bring in just for fun is how you can customize your parts. And so we have Scharfrichter Landman Rodi. The head does fit. I think the head fits better on this, in the sense matches slightly better than on the skinny body of this with a big head, because this guy's just so rounded overall. I just like, and I find this head fits better. It is painted to match, and if you're wondering how I got this arm on, I actually had to butcher a kit for it. This is the stock arm. The design of this doesn't work with this because once again we're looking for that U-shaped clip, and so come on, it's a little bit more snug than I like. I did use this Graze upper shoulder accessory instead of, so it's a complete replace of this, but that's how I got it to work. It's just something I wanted to have some fun with, and I thought it's pretty cool since I had those parts lying around anyways, so you can have a lot of fun with it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to drop some comments, share your thoughts and ideas with me on how you like to customize, and if you're planning on doing so. I will be posting pictures up on Facebook. For those of you who have not joined our Facebook page, you can follow me there. I do put work in progress pictures up. I put some teaser pictures up as well. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you have some friends that that are into premium Bandai, and it's not there's not a lot of video content out there, please share the video and subscribe so that you get the notifications. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more premium Bandai. It seems that a lot of the viewers enjoy getting an idea and a sample of what you're getting with the P Bandai kits. So for now, I will stick with the P Bandai theme. And speaking of which, I do have a big one. zoom out. What is it? What is it? Ariana hot fleets that came a couple days ago. I actually started making the unboxing video, but I ran out of batteries, so I have to do it again, and I shall be doing that immediately after this video. So stay tuned. I won't be posting them both right away. I do need to save some video content. I will be traveling, as mentioned in the previous video, I will be traveling to Japan and Hong Kong, so I don't know how much time or if I will have any space to make unboxing videos and stuff. So I'll be filming a few videos here before I go, so that at least if I'm overseas and I have my laptop, I can publish the pre-made videos that I'm making now while I'm away. I might try doing something live. However, if you're in North America, the time frame is not going to work, so I might just do some stuff live and post it on Facebook with my phone. I will be going to Odaiba, and that means Gundam Base Tokyo. So I will be visiting the Gundam base there, as well as checking out the one-to-one unicorn. I'll pick a few kits. Definitely gonna be buying some stuff while I'm over there, getting some exclusives. And what I'll also do is see if I can do a price comparison, just to see what the difference actually is with the yen versus buying locally, whether through our local retailers here. I do spend money at our local stores, being Canadian, and or if you're American, by spending and purchasing, you are giving business back to your own local economy. So there are things that I do buy locally still. I don't buy everything off eBay, and yeah, just so you can see the difference and maybe even understand why it costs so much. Import tariffs, shipping, all of that goes into local prices. But in case like this, premium Bandai, they don't sell them locally, or it's very rare. We'll do that online, but some of the smaller kits, as well as paint, supplies, and things like that, I always buy locally. So keep your local businesses in mind. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more, but it's also going good for your economy, and it comes back to you that way. Anyways, I rambled on a little bit extra. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video again. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you soon.